I welcome all of you to English Fluency Masterclass video number 2. Welcome to my channel, Sumita Roy's English Classroom. As you know, I'm Professor Sumita Roy and I have already been giving you videos on all aspects of learning English language and literature. Once you subscribe and go to the list of videos, you will find more than 215-20 videos where you can learn whatever is the requirement for your English needs. It might be your job, it might be your personal life, it might be that you want to teach your children. I remember my own mother learning Hindi because she needed to teach me when I joined school in my nursery, first class, etc. So parents often do that. They learn something in order to teach their children. I get many messages about this. Already I have given you one video on an introduction to English Fluency Masterclass. That is the first of the videos. These are going to be a series of videos. You must remember that when we are talking about the masterclass, I have given you various aspects. I said two very important aspects are communication skills and language skills. Today we are going to begin with communication skills. Communication skills, usually when we think of communication, we feel that only speaking is communication. How is your communication? Oh, very excellent, very fluent. You are referring to speaking. But speaking is only 1/4 of communication. In fact, listening is what we do much more than speaking. And how well you speak, how much you can speak, how correctly you speak, depends on how well you listen. Very often I find in the comment box questions based on what I have spoken in the video or in some other video. Immediately I get a doubt that maybe you are not listening properly. I have given you many videos on storytelling. I said listen to the story carefully and then tell it in your own words. These are listening practices. If you watch a movie without using subtitles, an English movie of course, if you listen to songs, I gave you an entire video on some selected songs. I gave you the words of the songs and I said you can practice. Now once you do this, your listening part is important. That improves. By practicing listening, you are fulfilling 1/4 of communication. Somebody recently sent a message saying that I cannot understand when people speak fast. Now, when I prepared the videos for you, I tend to speak slowly. But when we have a one-to-one conversation, suppose I meet one of you somewhere on the road or somewhere in a market, then we will not speak at this pace. I will not raise my voice or drag my words. I will speak very fast. I remember in Kolkata one day, we were standing to have some, what is called puchka in Kolkata, pani puri in other parts, golgappa in, Hyderabad. This is what we were waiting. One group of young boys came and asked me, "Madam, we have a question. Are you Sumita Roy?" Because for the last 10-15 years, there have been videos of mine on YouTube. None of them which I made or I wanted to make. They were lectures I gave in different places and they just uploaded, the organizers. I didn't know that there were videos on YouTube. So I said, yes, how do you know me? I have not seen you ever. Then we got into a conversation which was quick and which was fast, not slow. Now the problem becomes worse when you listen to people who do not speak English like you. In one video or two, I have told you that today we don't have a single English. That is why we use the term Englishes. Actually, there is no plural form, but there are multiple ways in which English is spoken. We choose the standard of our country or our region. Different countries and different regions have different ways of speaking. If you go to the US, you will find they will say the British accent, different from theirs. If you go to Australia, they will say, oh, the American accent, because theirs is different. If you go to Canada, if you go to the Caribbean, you go to Africa, different people have different accents. So, when we listen to people who have a different way of speaking than we do, and they are speaking very fast, then we need to practice that on our own. So today's video, I'm going to talk to you about listening. How listening is important and what you need to do to make your listening better. First level is, if you're just beginning, if you want basic English, then listen to single words or single sentences. The basic unit of language is a sentence. There are many beginners videos here where I have given you single sentences. I have pronounced them for you. I have given a gap in the video saying, please repeat after me. These, if you practice, then what happens is that you are testing your listening not only by my voice, but also by your pronunciation. First, you are listening to me. Then you are speaking and listening to yourself. Then you can compare the listening. How am I saying it and how are you saying it? Can you change your pattern if it is not good, if it is not sounding like English? This is the first level. Listening correctly. The second level is listening and understanding. You might listen to a whole lot of sounds. All of us chant many mantras in Sanskrit. I'm sure all of you do too. I don't know Sanskrit, but I can recite from memory thousands of lines. I have no problem in reciting them. Or I can look at them and read them also. But I don't understand. I might understand one or two words, but I don't understand everything because I don't know the language. Now that is not going to help you at all. Please remember that just like after my retirement, I started learning Sanskrit. Since you are young, you need to start learning English now. So when you read one sentence, please see, have I understood this sentence? That is the first point about listening. Once you have finished listening to one sentence or two sentences, you can take a group of sentences, maybe 5 or 10 sentences. You will find many videos where the text is also available to you. So as you listen, you look at it because our eyes are very powerful. Our visual imagination, that means what you see with your eyes, is higher than our auditory imagination. That means what you hear. So what you hear is not so powerful as what you see. The eyes are like a photographic camera. They remember much more. So you can do that. Just listen or listen at the beginning by following a text and listening. I gave you the example of a movie. So initially you watch the movie using subtitles. Short movie you take or short clipping you take. Watch it 5 times with subtitles. Now stop the subtitles and watch it to see how much did you understand of what you listened. Already it is familiar. All of us have sharp brains. We don't have any problem with intelligence. So after hearing 5 times, you might have memorized it so much that you can understand. This practice you do for a week. Then you move higher to listening to it once with subtitle and then once without subtitle to see if you understand. One more week. Then you stop seeing the subtitle completely and watch it only in English and see how much you understood. Give yourself marks by saying out of 100, I got 50 marks or I got 70 marks or I got 10 marks only. Don't feel bad. Watch it again with subtitles another 5 days and then you do the without subtitles exercise. Repeat the whole exercise till you feel that you are listening properly. Many people listen carelessly. That means they know English, but they don't hear anything which is said. Many times, what instruction we give in the classroom, like, the instructions I might be giving you on this channel, which is Sumita Roy's English Classroom. You might not remember, you might not listen to, you might not even try to listen or understand. Then you will not be able to improve your listening. So listening means you listen to every word. Not only every word, but also the pauses. Pause, P-A-U-S-E, means short silence. You must listen to every word I said. Then I kept silent for 2-3 seconds. Did you observe? That is the quality of a good listener. The listener doesn't miss even a single sound or a single pause. Then you become better. Now once you improve this with your local accent, wherever you are, try to listen to people who speak. Suppose you are in a job where you need accent of a particular country or particular region. Listen to those. After doing these 2-3 weeks exercises, move to those exercises. Now you listen to them slowly. YouTube has a setting, have you noticed? That you can make the video slow or you can make it fast. So if you want to practice, then make these videos fast and practice for some time. See if you can understand. If you can't, make it slower than the normal and listen again. Do it with whichever country's accent, whichever region's accent you want to learn. Do it for 5 or 10 days. Do it for a week. You will find that once you do this, you are slowly improving. Remember that when we learnt our mother tongue, we did not have to do anything other than listening. So in communication, which has 4 skills, I have told you many times, listening, speaking, reading and writing. Today I'm talking only about one. In our master classes, the first video was introduction. Today is the English Fluency Masterclass video number 2. And we are talking about communication skills and only one of the 4, and that is listening. And I'm dealing with questions which you have. One is, you cannot understand English at all. Then why will you listen? Go on listening. I gave you an example that what is important we recite without understanding. Understanding comes slowly. If you read the same page or the same passage or the same item 20 times, first time you could not understand anything. In the 20th time, you will find that you are able to understand little. I'm telling you from my real own experience. We all said that we wanted to learn a new language. For 6 months, we watched television programs in that language. 6 months. Day one, we could not understand one word. But we watched the television. What happened is, by looking at the actions, we could guess. After 6 months, when we watched, we could understand at least 75% of what they were saying. We didn't understand 100%. We didn't read a book. We didn't attend any lectures. We didn't read grammar or vocabulary or dictionary or pronunciation, nothing. We just watched half an hour's program on television. Interesting programs. You have what is called as soap. Every day, half an hour, they give this story. And they're very involved and, very human interest stories. So every day you watch, half an hour only. And for half an hour, that language is going inside. You don't know what is happening. You don't know any word in that language. You don't even know a, an, anything. Nothing you know. Then after 6 months, you will find that you can do it. So that is the power of listening. But for that listening, what you need? You need 100% concentration. You should not allow your mind to go anywhere. If you are listening to a telephone conversation, you're talking to somebody on the phone, you will find that unless you pay attention, sometimes you can't hear and you can't understand what is happening. But if it is in a language which you know well, you don't need to concentrate so much. You don't need to do anything. It easily you understand. So that ease of listening we need to have. Once we have that ease of listening, you will find that your fluency is going ahead. So in our English Fluency Masterclass, this is a video which is video number 2, where I have told you the importance of listening. Now in the remaining 1 or 2 minutes, let me tell you what to do to cultivate your listening. I have given many examples throughout the video for you to do. Like I asked you to watch various things, listen, etc. Now I'm going to tell you where you will find practice sessions. If you are really a beginner with nothing at all, then wait for those basic videos. I'm going to give you the basic English videos which you will find on the channel. And those are illustrated videos. So you listen to them, you see the picture, and then you try to understand that it is so easy to understand when you have the visuals. Because many people asked how to teach children. Somebody was saying, "Madam, take online class for my 10-year-old son." I have no time for online classes. Please understand, I have too many engagements. Therefore, I could not do it. That is what gave me the idea for this basic English course. This basic English will be for all of you who are still hesitating. After 200 videos, you are still saying that, you're saying it in your mother tongue, that is this right or is that right? What should I say? I cannot understand. Will you tell us in another language? I would discourage your use of the other language. Please remember to depend only on English and therefore concentrate on listening. There are many videos which have the tag listening in their title and thumbnail itself. You can search for them in the list of videos. Or you can go to those videos which are in the playlist and podcast and see where the listening videos are there. There are some which are combination of listening and speaking. There are some which are just stories you have to listen to. There are listening comprehension videos. All these, if you work well with them, you will have no problem of listening. This is only the beginning. Please understand, I have not said this is the end. Begin like this and then move on to listening to real life things. Listen to the English news every day. Listen to some television programs which are in English. Beautiful BBC serials are there, like Yes Minister, Yes Prime Minister. Mind Your Language. Mind Your Language is for English learners. Beautiful videos. You graduate to those after watching these videos. Then you find that your listening is improving, your ability to understand English across the globe is also improving. So that much about listening. Please practice till we move on to the next video of English Fluency Masterclass on speaking. All the best and thank you.